Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill, his real name. Dom Chu has that for us. Dom, what's been happening? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of new, but nonetheless, what's going on?
So we're monitoring this, as you can see, kind of on the live stream right now. We're also keeping a close eye on the market action. We are in the middle of what appears to be the 13th, maybe, trading halt.
Ooh, welcome. Let's have a conversation about what I observed recently with the return of Roaring Kitty.
That was like 8 years ago, asshole.
Roaring Kitty, the king of pussycats on Reddit. What?
You can't say
What?
that.
Huh? Oh, okay. Roaring Kitty, the king of apes, which are GameStop stands.
What are you
If
doing?
this video takes off, the Reddit community is going to destroy me. I am sorry, people. I don't have the desire to travel down the depths of hell looking at message board after message board, figuring out what the lingo is of all you freaking apes. I'm not getting off a topic today. Roaring Kitty is a pause. Clearly you know who Roaring Kitty is, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on his thumbnail. And if you for some reason clicked on his thumbnail because you think I'm sexy, I am sorry to break it to all of you beautiful young ladies. I am permanently off the market. There's a waiting list currently for about 26 others waiting to get that citizenship. And trust me, I am a catch compared to all the other entrepreneurs out there who are doing this scheme.
Pictures of fake marriages. Prosecutors say this man, Marcialto Benitez of LA, ran a California-based agency to marry off hundreds of foreign nationals with American citizens so they could get green cards.
Since 2016, this marriage agency has allegedly paired at least 400 foreign nationals.
The FBI says about 3 clients are from Massachusetts. The U.S. attorney says cash payments went out to the citizens' spouses and people working for the agency.
Damn, I'm always late to the hustle. I'm always in the red ocean. Seriously though, if you don't know who Roaring Kitty is, watch the Wikipedia movie called Dumb Money starring Seth Rogen and the creep from The Prisoners that plays the retard. What the fuck? What did I say this time? What? Why can't I say that? Who said? He is the Riddler from the new Batman movie. I could have led with that. I'm aware now. Sorry that you are offended on the way I speak. You're the one who's offended. I'm not. Again, I'm getting off a topic. So Roaring Kitty, also known by his real name, Keith Gill, seemingly disappeared off of the face of the earth in 2021, leaving everyone baffled and wondering what happened to the Roaring Kitty and whether or not he sold all his shares of GameStop, which was valued at that time around $300 million. And he only invested, wait for it, $53,000, $13,000 more than the Red Panda Futures program. Both a gamble, but only one method actually worked. Let it go. Let it go. That frenzy created a community of average Joes that united together to squeeze the hell out of the hedge funds, ultimately creating some rich people, mini bag holders, and a generation of gambling addicts disguising themselves as investors looking for the next big pump before the dump. And that's exactly what happened recently again when Roaring Kitty reappeared by dropping weird-ass memes. I'm not going to speculate what they actually mean, but they appeared and then this happened.
Roaring Kitty, he hasn't posted on social media since June 2021, and what everyone is excited about is that yesterday he posted a meme that shows a cartoon man leaning forward with what appears to be a game controller in his hands. As you can hear, I'm doing deep fundamental analysis here, but traders, they seem to be interpreting that as Roaring Kitty is back, whatever that may mean.
And again, some people made money off of this pump. I myself did too with what's called a sympathy play by trading AMC, which I already owned over 100 shares at $2.97, waiting for the pump. Actually, I was just waiting for the $4 move where I believe it should be valued at. Am I a genius? I don't know. Perhaps.
Just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you.
I knew that even under $3 a share, the force is strong with this piece of shit company, and we just needed to wait for the frenzy to begin again. And it did, but it only lasted a couple of days. Some got rich, some became bag holders, and the option players who were late to the game probably got the theta crush, and the institutions won again.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
They always win. The house always wins. Just look at the loyal meme community that has idolized Robinhood, the platform that claimed to be different, only to prove it's just like any other bank, halting transactions when you're trying to access your own money.
I want you to address the obvious. This looks like a move by an outfit called Robinhood, which is supposed to be taken from the rich and given to the poor, and doing exactly the opposite. That when the big guys, including one of your main investors in your company, started to lose, you shut down the game to starve the little guy. Fair criticism.
That's not what it is at all.
They're quick to take your money, though, when you accidentally use their money, right?
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat. That's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?
Just when you thought the big wave to the upside would continue, it lost all the steam like the Republican Party did during the big red wave.
Why didn't the red wave materialize? You guys expected a much bigger majority. You're going to have a razor-thin majority. What actually went wrong last week?
Nice, nearly 100% pop before settling at 20% mark for the past 5 days as I'm shooting this video. Still, not bad, but here's a lesson for those who got caught holding the bag. Instead of gambling, invest into solid companies like Netflix. When an overreaction during an earning causes a company to drop from $700 a share all the way down to $180, take advantage of the opportunity. You don't want to be that bitch ass who was too scared to pull the trigger because you were sipping that Kool-Aid. Some self-reflection there. Anyways, take a seat, set dish. But after the initial pump and the die-off, there was another slightly mini pump. Because over the past weekend, Roaring Kitty announced his huge stake in GameStop, causing a small pump but angered Wall Street, who of course have some ties to the government.
It's democracy. It's not the ideal system of government, but it's the best we've got.
Who's the bottom in that relationship? I don't know, but they love fraternizing with one another, and now it looks like Roaring Kitty stroked that pussycat way too hard.
Meme stock investor Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty, of course, on social media, he's under regulatory scrutiny. The Massachusetts securities regulator looking into Gill's GameStop trading activity and social media use. This comes after shares of the video game retailer surged after a Reddit account that's associated with Keith revealed a huge stake in GameStop.
Yep, critics argue that while influential Wall Street figures like Kramer frequently promote stocks without repercussions, and he has a terrible track record, but Roaring Kitty faces scrutiny for doing the exact same thing and potentially faces some consequences.
Surprise!
Because we all know we are in a society where we take petty crimes that don't hurt people and turn it into national news.
Donald John Trump.
Don't choke.
Is a convicted felon.
Look, everyone gives recommendations. Hell, even YouTubers do it. I did it, and I still do it, but I don't have any influence, so it doesn't really matter. At least that's what we all tell ourselves. E-Trade, backed by Morgan Stanley, is considering banning Keith Gill from their platforms over concerns of market manipulation, despite no actual laws ever being violated. You tickle the system too much and it will bite you, and trust me, Keith, they're gonna find something to get you. Tickle the system too much and it will bite you. Keith Gill is just an average weirdo who's obsessed with pussies and likes sharing his ideas. But let it be a Black Lives Matter advocate, certified Trump troll, Nancy Pelosi, and the government will look the other way.
Saga just completed a 5-month investigation. 49 members of Congress. I don't think there's any reaction to that. And secondly, the members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while they're in office.
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be.
And cons, you are not off the hook. I notice how all of you ignored the real American hero Dan Cranshaw's portfolio. He was killing us softly with his trades.
Democrats outperformed Republicans by about 13 points. Our lawmakers made over $1 billion in financial transactions this year. A lot of them investing in companies that they had inside information on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what corruption looks like.
He's just a lion sack. I mean, it's just like,
It's just simple.
A lot of curse words that I have to kind of bleep out here. Hey, you effing hack. If you're going to accuse me of literal corruption, get your facts straight and man up and come accuse me to my face. You're a effing clown.
Say it to my face.
That makes no sense. This is the list that Waters is using. I'm pretty far down on it. Why choose me? Because he's an effing clown chasing clicks. He knows people will recognize me. And Dan, don't flatter yourself.
Oh, that's embarrassing. You believe something, then you look into it, and it's not what you expect. It's a typical damn liberal tactic, taking things out of context. But I did observe that Crenshaw didn't deny the inside trading. I don't care if it was $10,000. It sounds like you made the same money the same way Martha Stewart did. And you know she's got to be big mad, seeing all these people doing what she did and not getting any time.
You want to go to war with me, Jack?
Hey, at least you can hang out with Snoop Dogg and don't tell him he was on black people's time because he will get pissed off.
Yeah. You're 5 hours late here. And
shut the fuck up. Come on, man. So what are your thoughts? Has it highlighted the corruption within the system we all rely on for our futures? Whether we participate actively or passively, we are part of the corrupt system. And if there is something I've learned in the 40 years I've been on this planet, you cannot destroy a system that you rely on without creating your own demise. This whole situation honestly highlights the perceived double standards in the financial industry where retail investors are penalized for practices tolerated among institutional investors. And the more you look into the system, the more you have to ask questions. And the more you push back, the more you realize you might be onto something suspicious. How do you think I got split up on all these grifters?
You're gay. We saw you with your white friend Eric and he kissed you, or you were on a bed with him, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's how I could tell a lot of people didn't play sports or weren't in the military or did anything like with other men where there's like a unified front or a goal. You guys don't understand like how close you'll get with guys that you suffer with. Okay, that's how you build real bonds. That's how you build that brotherly love, is through unified struggle towards a common goal.
That is the gayest thing I've ever heard.
I'm an intelligent observer. I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. And this time, it does matter. Because it's important on understanding the system that you are a part of. Until next time, peace out. One love.
Keith Gill, known as Roaring Kitty, made a staggering $79 million one-day gain on his GameStop investment on Monday. The surge was triggered by Gill's Reddit post, which revealed his